comprehensive medical cannabis courses.
Today at 404-631-6360 for more information.
I can't breathe again. God damn, I can't breathe. Our voices are being quarantined. COVID-19, 60s to 1619. Jamestown choked me, sold me, shackles hold me tightly by my neck, and I can't breathe again. 2020 ain't no fucking vision on your tail eye vision of why I'm living like a prejudged villain. CNN, Fox News commentating and debating why I can't fucking breathe again. How many times do I have to say this? I'm taking the gloves off because racism is the main deadliness that's contagious. I just got diagnosed and received a degree in criminology, but fuck your education. I don't want to learn shit from a nation that's racist. The definition of policing, overseeing property. I can't understand how the white man never understood how to handle the human properly. Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the noble Drew Ali spoke constantly, consciously, and cautiously about this ungodly prophecy. You still worried about your profit, see? Amazon deliveries, handouts, hands up, don't shoot, but now your knees are on my neck stopping me from occupying oxygen that God obviously brought for me, for I am his offspring, his true seed. Motherfucker, get off of me, please. I can't breathe. Please, somebody call the police on the police, cause I can't breathe again, and everything hurts. Your words, your knees, your nerve, your white wife who had the nerve to say she was frightened by black life while my face is on the fucking curb. I ain't scared of no fucking virus. This mask is for a riot. I can't breathe, and the media telling me to keep quiet, suffocating me into silence. The devil's greatest trick, convincing the world that we were the ones who were violent. Nah, they the ones deficient, insufficient comprehension of their barbaric existence. Y'all worried about this pandemic when our grandparents still trying to recover from when you gave them syphilis. Because in our blood, we scared of the white cells attacking our immunity. The system, defective, infected. So who has the disease, you or me? Because I'm at a dis-ease, disadvantage, dismantled disability of your white knees killing me. Been on our neck for centuries. Knees or trees, either way you still lynching me. And what did we ever do to you except for build and make America great initially? Fuck again, cause I can't breathe. Potentially you missing me, clearly not listening. Intentionally, we are a people of peace, but like Pac said, I ain't no killer, but your policies are pushing me further from the legislation, jumping off the education, while your skinheads, the damnation, and your clandestine rhetoric will forever be evident. Fuck the elite in the top 3%, I'm heaven sent. I was born Asiatic, and you made me asthmatic, so fuck your vaccines and masks. You gon' worry about these hands tomorrow, cause you can't sanitize the past. You may have took my last breath, but you'll never colonize my spirit. Standing there watching while I die. I can't breathe, and you still can't hear it.
All right.
Woo, welcome back to another episode of the Holistic Cannabis Show.
And we came in with a banger.
We came in with
a show banger.
Yes, we
all right.
did.
Man, shouts out to Nick Cannon on that one. That man said, I can't breathe. I'm trying to figure out who got the dis-ease. me or you, but your right knee is killing me, man. Say, man, yeah,
that was powerful.
yeah, man, dude was on, man.
Yes, he was on it.
Now that part right there, I would definitely have to say that Nick Cannon smoked, what's 8 Mile? Eminem. Man, Nick Cannon just smoked Eminem on that one right there. You see what I'm saying? Now, rap wise though, Nick Cannon, you still trash, man. You still some trash. But right there, you just killed them. See, man, with your deliverance of your words, man, you just killed them with that right there.
That was awesome. That was great. So, welcome back. Welcome back. We are in for a wonderful treat today. Today is Sunday. All right. So we have a bunch of birthdays. We want to shout out our birthdays, our graduates, our anniversaries, and our businesses who have collaborated and want to shout out their businesses. If you have a business that you like to promote, give us a call, 404-631-6360. Now I'll have Mr. Henderson give you all the outlets to watch the show.
We got to do the shots.
Yes.
No, we got to do the shots. All right. But today we started off a little bit different. So, you know what I'm saying? We still got to put the call tag stamp on this thing to make it official. You feel me? Manifest TV, that's what you watching. You know what I'm saying? You can log on to statusnetwork.net. You can watch it right there too. You can call us at 470-251-4647 if you agree or disagree with anything that we said or you want to add anything to it. Call us while we live on the show. Don't wait till we ain't on the show. Call us when we on the show. 470-251-4647. If you on Instagram, we on manifesttv.status. We there.
Yeah.
You on Facebook, we on Status Network LLC. We there too. You on Periscope, status_network_. If you on Twitter, twit, status_network_. We there too. We on the Amazon, we on the Fire Stick, we on the Roku, we on the Manifest TV. All that can be searched under Status Network. If you on YouTube even, old school YouTube, we on Manifest TV. Holla at your boy.
That's it. All right. So, our business for today.
The business.
Glow Beauty. This wonderful lip gloss, y'all. Y'all see my lips so
Yes. Make your lips looking luscious
so
lips.
You all go and find Instagram Glow Beauty. That's spelled GLEAUX, Glow. Like those Barbados down in Louisiana, Glow Beauty on Instagram. So you
y'all
can
make sure y'all go cop one for them dry lips.
Yes. Even though you're wearing a mask, hey, you still want to be...
The mask gonna dry your lips out.
Looking good. All right. So, June birthdays. We have a bunch of June birthdays we want to shout out. We have Brianna Sanchez. We wanted to tell you happy 28th birthday. We appreciate your mama for calling us and telling us it was your birthday. So we have Miss Brianna turning 28 on June the 8th.
You.
All right, so that's tomorrow. So happy birthday to you. Miss Barbara Smith, we want to tell you happy birthday. We love you, and we are thankful that you gave us the permission to shout you out. We do have a photo of you, and we'll show that a little later. And to my son, Jalen, JT, you turned big 14 on this past week. So Friday.
Get on the roof.
Have you ever seen the big boy?
My boy Jalen. Happy birthday,
176 pounds at 14 years old. Oh, no, 276, not 100. 276 pounds at 6 foot. 14 years old, going to high school. He also shouted you out for graduation. So, happy birthday and graduation to you. We also have some graduates, Miss Mia and Maya Alexander. We want to tell you all happy graduation. Mr. Jaden is also going to high school, and Jaden Heath Smith. We want to tell you happy congratulations on your graduation. Okay, and Miss Cordina is having a birthday. All right?
Happy birthday, Cuzzo.
Graduation, yeah.
Graduation. Oh, graduation. All right, well, what happened graduation now?
So we're wanting to tell you that. And then we have a special anniversary for two very special people. All right, so Mr. and Mrs. Henderson. Happy heavenly anniversary. Would have been 54 years.
My parents would have been married 54 years if they were still alive.
Ooh,
So a happy wedding anniversary to
Yes.
them.
Yes.
Yeah, you're gone, but your soul ain't forgot about.
Never forgotten. We miss you and love you dearly. All right, so we're gonna go on. Go ahead.
I got one more. I
you
got one more kinfolks that I want to put out there.
Yes.
I want to put my kinfolks, the Johnson family, Matthew, Bracy, and Missy, and Aunt Zelda, in particular. I just want to tell y'all that I'm thinking about y'all and y'all in my thoughts and my prayers, man. Shout out to my kinfolks right there. Shout out to my whole Johnson family because we all just experienced a major loss with the homegoing of our beloved brother and uncle and cousin, Mr. Manson B. Johnson, down in Houston, Texas. Now, if you on the preacher scene, you know this man. All right, you know this man. If you want any kind of preacher scene, you know my uncle, man.
Yes.
Shout out to my uncle,
Shout
though.
out to you. Rest in peace, Mr.
He was y'all
Manson,
preacher.
Uncle
He was y'all pastor.
Yes.
But he was my uncle. You know what I'm saying? Shout out on that.
Yeah. Shout out to the barbershop who made my husband look
Oh,
so awesome
man.
today.
Say, man, I
Take
went
off
to
that
this
hat
barbershop.
So I can see what you're looking
I went to this barbershop today called Prime Time Cuts.
That's what I'm talking
Right there in the mall. All right. It's South DeKalb Mall.
South
DeKalb Mall. Say, man, I went in there, and I tell you, man, a barbershop is one of the last few places where a man can go be a man. So, man, shout out to that barbershop, all right? Because we talked it all, sports, politics, everything.
That's all right.
Shout out to that
That's
barbershop
all
right
right.
there. Hey, man, if y'all know of any other barbershops or quote-unquote man caves in the Atlanta metro area, shout them out, man. Put them in our comments. Put them in our feeds, man. Any business that's looking to advertise, you know, not just limiting it only to black-owned businesses, because, man, say, man, I love black. I love everything about being black, the good, the bad, the ugly. You know what I'm saying? I love it all because I am that. You know what I'm talking about? So you definitely got a spot and a platform, but anybody else that want to advertise their business, guess what? I'm a business owner, too, so that make us related, all right?
That's right.
Send
We're
that
related.
information, we get on.
All right, and shouts out to my eyelash lady. All
The
right,
eyelash
so
lady.
yes, About Faces by Yolanda. Her name is Yolanda, like mine. Go Yolanda, girl. Thank you for my eyelashes over
Word,
at South
word.
DeKalb Mall. So thank you again for that. All right, so we'll go ahead and jump into the show and the topics for today. We're talking about Mr. George Floyd's death again, the protest for the 9th day in a row, y'all. This is going down. I mean, they even got some change going on. We got Black Lives Matter painted on the street, y'all, all the way to the White House, and I'm excited about that, even though I don't know what all Black Lives Matter stands for, but I know that we matter. There are some controversial topics that Mr. Henderson to go ahead and get into. If you have questions or concerns that you want to talk about with Black Lives Matter, I want you to call us today at 470-251-4647 so you can voice your opinion on Black Lives Matter. All right.
Right on. Because I sure had somebody to, you know what I'm saying, that was one of the conversations that we was having at the barbershop.
Right.
Was who is the executive board of Black Lives Matter?
Right.
All right.
Who's over it?
Why we ain't never seen the one person who was over or the one committee chairperson that's over Black Lives Matter come out publicly and make a statement?
Well, maybe they'll call us.
I
and tell
haven't
us.
seen that.
All right.
So I can't associate it and say, oh, I know who the president of Black Lives Matter is. Some people say Black Lives Matter is a movement.
Right.
So it's not necessarily one person, but come on, man.
Somebody
In any
incorporated
structure,
that name, right?
somebody got to
That
be the one.
hashtag, right.
Who was
It's
it?
an organization, so there has to
or
be.
who it is.
Right.
Now, speculation say that it's your man's George Soros.
Uh-oh.
They say he on the money part
Okay.
of the Black Lives Matter, but he also funds several other groups as well. And what he do to make money is he pit those subgroups against each other.
Uh-oh.
All right. Now, I don't know how true that is. That's why I'm saying, if anybody know, let me know. All right? Let me know. All right?
All right, well, we also want to talk about how to make Cannabutter. We got a video,
Cannabis
and we're going
butter.
to help you learn how to make cannabis butter today, and so you can infuse your nice treats. And we also have some more well, we already shouted out our graduates. We have NTH commercial, and we're going to go ahead and go into that commercial, and we'll get right back with y'all in just a minute. We also have some more Aubrey Floyd information about the arrest and the information that we just found out. We do have COVID-19 testing centers, our strain of the day, and also our wonderful community services and events that is taking place that are 420 friendly and also Black Lives Matter friendly. So if you want to go ahead and watch the short video, we'll be back with you in just a second.
Good cookies and brownies.
Today we're talking Cannabutter. You can make it with two simple ingredients, cannabis and butter. To begin, the THC in your cannabis must be activated by heat, a process called decarboxylating. Preheat your oven to 245 degrees Fahrenheit and spread 7 to 10 grams of cannabis buds evenly across an oven-safe tray lined with parchment paper. Bake the buds for 30 to 40 minutes, mixing gently every 10 minutes or so. Grind the activated cannabis into a fine consistency. Combine 1 cup of butter and 1 cup of water into a saucepan, simmering on low. As it melts, stir in the ground cannabis. Let the mixture simmer for 2 to 3 hours, stirring occasionally. Turn off the heat. Once the mixture has cooled, strain it through a cheesecloth and refrigerate. If extra water separates and forms in your butter, no problem. Just remove it once it's all cooled. Use your Cannabutter and recipes for infused snacks, dishes, and desserts. Learn more about edibles and how to make them yourself on Leafly.
Lots of people use cannabis to help ease stress and anxiety.
Yes, that
but
was
knowing
a
what
very,
to take.
very good recipe right there. It shows you how to make Cannabutter. All right. Now, here's the thing. It said that you can, use up to 10 grams. All right. But you can use up to 10 grams to make that butter. It don't have to be marijuana. It can be a
CBD
hemp.
oil.
It could be a CBD oil. But the directions are all the same. You want to be careful of how much of that you ingest after you make that THC cannabis butter. You want to be sure that you're not ingesting it, okay? You want to be cautious of that. Now, you don't want to use a whole half a stick of butter. I'm just saying, if you make a microwave popcorn and you want to add some butter to your popcorn, you probably don't want to put a whole half a stick of butter into that popcorn, all right? That probably ain't going to be wise.
And with edibles, there's a way that edibles are ingested. They take about 30 minutes for it to fully become effective in your body versus smoking. You're getting more THC than you would when you smoke. You actually lose about 20% as you smoke it, but with the edibles, you're actually getting the whole THC.
The whole 100.
The whole percentage, and it's taking a while for it to leave your body. So if you actually get too high, I've heard stories, and I've had my own story of taking too much of an edible and being high for a day or so, So if you get too high, you might want to bring yourself down by the use of CBD oil. So have you some CBD oil in hand. That way it'll counteract the feel of the THC. So in case you didn't know, you heard it here. Don't take too much CBD, THC brownies or cookies or whatever you make with your THC, because then you'll be, especially if you're going to take an indica, that is a into the night, a nighttime sleepy high feeling that you're going to get if you actually overdose, or not overdose, but overdo yourself.
Over medicate.
Yes, There you go.
All right, because ain't no such thing as overdose.
There's not an overdose.
Only thing that you're gonna do
Sleeping.
is probably go to sleep.
You're
You know
gonna
what I'm saying?
sleep, yes.
That's probably as closest to an overdose as you're gonna become.
Right.
You're gonna overeat. You know what I'm saying? If you
Yes.
stay woke, you're gonna overeat.
Yes.
You're gonna eat something probably that you normally wouldn't eat when you were sober. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
that's right. You do not overdose from cannabis.
Like
Okay.
ice cream and crackers.
Right.
Yeah, the problem ain't nothing that you want to eat when you're sober, man. But when you've been smoking a couple, you got a couple in you, man. Woo, ice cream and crackers taste like pie.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, another thing that we want to discuss up on, what I found out, is House Bill 722.
All right.
Have you ever heard of House Bill 722?
I probably have. I just don't know which one it is. There's so many we've talked about here on the show.
House Bill 722 was conceived by Alan Peake.
Okay.
All right. And it would have legalized in-state medical marijuana cultivation for up to 5 licensed producers. And it would have created a robust medical marijuana oil industry in the state of Georgia that would have provided both access and choice as far as variety. But the prospect of in-state cultivation was way too much for the propagandists and special interests, so it was removed in committee hearings, and a compromise was struck that would add legal protection for low THC oil producers that ship their products to patients. So you can still go on a dispensary website and find somebody that give you THC oil just low and still can have it shipped to you.
That's right.
You still got access.
Right.
But the downside to that is that Georgia ain't gonna profit off that.
Right.
Georgia ain't gonna make no money on that.
Everybody want to make a little change.
You just added to the tax revenue for a whole nother state that don't even associate with you. You probably should have went on and passed that 722. You probably should have went on and passed that right there. But guess what? Alan Peake is retired from politics.
He is.
And so we're going to be trying to get Alan on our show.
Yeah.
I'm looking for you, Alan.
All right. That'll be great.
But it was killed in the Health and Human Services Committee,
Wow.
particularly, by a person, Renee Unterman. Renee Unterman is from Georgia. All right. She works for a insurance company. All right. Now I'm gonna just leave that right there and let y'all connect the dots yourself. All right. There is a healing power that comes with cannabis. And some would rather, instead of putting the knowledge of self-care and self-healing back into the hands of the common person like me and you, if it ain't lining up their pockets, they rather not participate. So now here it is. You have a choice to do something about that, Georgia.
Yep.
Your politicians have put your one banana in the tailpipe. All right. So now you got a choice. It's time to vote.
Vote.
All right. The only way that you're gonna get what you want as the majority is to vote.
Preach.
All right. These same people that y'all been putting in there for senators, man, they not working out for your interest. All right, they're not looking out for you.
Yes.
All right. And the one person that probably was the voice of reasoning in the state medical marijuana community is retired. Okay. So now that takes advocacy to a whole nother level.
All right now.
Georgia, we got to get with it.
Got to.
All right, we got to get with it. Yeah, decriminalization is good. You know, went out a couple days ago, smelled a really nice aroma of cannabis burning in the air. Looked to my right, officer was just standing there. Looked to my left, officer was just standing there. That was a beautiful thing to see. All right, but we're not done just because we can enjoy and partake in public. That's not all. Okay, so we can't just stop there. All right, let's go vote them out. Not smoke them out, vote them out.
Tiana for Change. We have her District 31. Speaking of, we are voting for her. She is cannabis friendly, and she is going to change District 31. So please go out and vote for our dear friend, Miss Tiana.
Zoom us in, Tiana. Zoom in with us.
I am. We're waiting on you. So
We
we'll
looking
have
for
her
you.
on the show
Zoom in.
here pretty soon, hopefully. And she does do her own podcast, so y'all want to view her show as well. And so we're talking about COVID. COVID is still here, y'all. Just because we out protesting don't mean that COVID ever left. We're still practicing our safety, hand washing, 6 foot, which I ain't really seen nobody 6 feet. You know, my lady that did my lashes, she couldn't do 6 feet. But they did have the face shields, so we're thankful for that. We have 2,171 deaths in Georgia due to COVID. Now, we ain't talking about 200. We're not even talking about 20. So if y'all can imagine 2,000, that's the size of a graduating class or a little more. 2,000, that's a lot of people. But it still does not, take up the whole 100% or 90% or 80% either.
It's
or
a small
even 50%
percentage
of Georgians. But at least we don't know how it's affecting each and every person we know. I do have another family member who was diagnosed with the COVID, and they do not allow the holistic treatments that I've heard inside of the hospital. You are on a quarantine ward, and so you cannot have any visitors. So you cannot get any outside in remedies. And so I have some remedies also that I love to talk about real quick. This is a colloidal silver tincture spray with echinacea and oregano. I love this, as well as making sure you're using your main ingredients and your food sources as your natural immune system boosters, along with your vitamin D and your vitamin C to ward off any viruses and to stay hydrated. Is one of the main things that I use. We had a special guest last week, a doctor who was well versed in viruses, and we're both helping the general population. I do have the Holistic Society Health and Wellness Clinic that I will be up and running here shortly. And if you have concerns or questions about COVID or any type of illnesses, I will be able to help you. I specialize in autoimmune disorders, any type of weight loss, weight gain management, any type of children's issues. I have a bunch of children of my own, so I specialize in keeping them healthy and well, especially with going back to school and ADHD symptoms. So please give me a call on those topics as well. Mr. Henderson is also a very, very, very powerful person in finances, and we're going to show his video if we do have his commercial from last week, and we'll talk about NTH credit. All right. You have something to say about NTH credit before we get the video going?
Oh man, the coronavirus has impacted the way that that credit repair kind of operates a little bit.
Okay.
All right, it kind of suspended a lot of things. It kind of threw a lot of stuff up in the air, and it's just like raining down bits and pieces right now. But as it stands, though, you still have the right to dispute. You still have the right to investigate your credit file. You still have the consumer protections that are in place. But the only thing is, it might take them longer to respond. Little idiosyncrasies like that. All right, to where it used to be, no, 30 days, you got to give me an answer. But because of the situation with the coronavirus, that kind of been expanded a little bit. So now it's not necessarily 30 days, all right? I just want y'all to have a heads up on that. I also been running a experiment, all right, on credit files and what is the best strategy to tackle those things that are causing your scores to remain low. And so we do have a couple of strategies that I've been kind of toying around with, just using my own credit profile. I allowed my credit score to go low, all right, purposefully so that I could try a lot of different things to see what's the best out there, right? You see on YouTube, you might see a video. Excuse me. I got my hair cut, so I'm swallowing hair out of my mustache. It's bad. But you see a lot of videos that tell you to not pay collections or not address charge off accounts, or they're making guarantees that they really can't keep up with. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of things that's getting done to people's credit profile, which is illegal. Mm-hmm. So you definitely want to be careful and be cognizant of those things when dealing with a credit repair specialist. Mm-hmm. All right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Straight up. And so next week, I'll be able to have all of those things up for you. Mm-hmm. All right.
See if we have that video available, and we're gonna. No, we don't have the video. Okay, not a problem. We don't have the video this week, but we'll have it next week. It was the actual commercial that was sent over. Let's see, email. That's okay. What about our strain for today? We want to talk about our strain. Okay.
So now, our strain of the day. It's good when you know this stuff in memory, ain't it? Our strain of the day is a bulldog strain. Okay. All right, so bulldog strain.
All right.
Skywalker OG.
All right.
Please, Skywalker OG. All right. Now, we all have been under some type of stress within the last 3 months, right? Mm-hmm. Coronavirus, not being able to work, worry about paying the bills, stressing about this, stressing about that. Mm-hmm. Stressing about, hey man, I can't go to church. Hey man, I can't go to work. Can't go get my nails done, my hair done. Now, excuse me. Now you got all this situation going on with the riots and the protests and everything. You need a good strain that's gonna relieve the stress and help you to calm down. Mm-hmm. Might I suggest Skywalker OG? All right. Skywalker OG is a indica dominant strain that, much like Girl Scout cookies and Gorilla Glue, you gotta participate at night.
There you go.
It's probably the best for you.
There you go.
All right. It has a distinct smell about it. All right. And those buds are the prettiest buds that you ever wanted to see. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Skywalker OG.
Skywalker OG. Y'all heard it here.
Luke,
it's
I am your father.
It's an indica, okay? So yeah, black-owned businesses. We want to support our black-owned cannabis businesses. We want to shout them out. So any other black-owned businesses we have talked about in the cannabis industry. Pure Oasis is one from Boston, Massachusetts. It's a dispensary. Simply Pure is another one that's black-owned. The Pharmacy with the F. THEFARMACY. It's a pharmacy in actually a cannabis dispensary. So we also want to
highlight those businesses for sure.
Tyson's Ranch. Mike Tyson, yes, he does. He has a wonderful dispensary. He has
Mike
a ranch.
Tyson got
Yes, and he started in a partnership with Planet 13 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now we have grounds on the floor where we helped actually assist in building and planning out the infrastructure for Planet 13. So shouts out to Pharmacology University for that. Viola was founded by NBA legend Al Harrington. We also have Mary and Maine, a medical cannabis dispensary serving Capitol Heights in Maryland. We also have the Peaks Company. It's in Oakland, California. We have Success Centers. So in San Francisco, California, if you're going to go to a dispensary, there's a great one. Blunts and More is also based in Oakland, California. We also have National Holistic Healing Center of IERA. It's a holistic cannabis or holistic healthcare center by Dr. Shonda Macias. and she is the CEO and Black owned. So we want to shout out to you as well. American Cannabinoid Clinic is also one. The American Cannabinoid Clinic offers telehealth solutions right now, as well as now in-person consultations. Gas House Brands is another legendary grower turned cannabis success, and it has places where you can go. They're in Kingston. All right. Dro is a Denver-born cannabis brand. Dro Flower has the clout. So you find your co-founder, Jamar Brown. Ardent is the industry is above about the technology, and it's an easy bake oven of cannabis. Ardent allows you to make your own tinctures and edibles in their center. Then we have Roll Up, Gentleman Queens, and Solus Meds. So we have a bunch of businesses. Relief Health out of Portland, Oregon is also a great one. So support your cannabis dispensaries. We also, again, the Holistic Society is where my cannabis consulting can take place. We also have the Atlanta, Georgia Academy of Cannabis Science, Black-owned franchise. That is actually starting courses tomorrow. So we will have class start tomorrow night from 9 to 12 nightly for 2 weeks, and then you graduate. And we're talking about everything from seed to sell. You get a book, and we can meet up in Atlanta if you want a book, or you can get a digital version of the book or a book mailed to you, and we can get that to you. And yeah, we're going to talk about it all. We got Mr. Henderson talking about the business and the growing aspect, and you have me for now talking about the medical benefits, especially if you have a medical related problem. And I think we all have one that could be related to the cannabis industry, because cannabis treats so much, whether it's THC or non-THC. We have it to where it's anxiety, it's sleepiness, and it's insomnia. We have it to where it's pain. So yeah, cannabis does everything. All right. So Mr. Henderson also has his wonderful business, nthcredit.net. Please log on if you have not done so, and talked about your credits repair. House Bill 213. 213 House Bill 324, where Georgia has gone ahead and legalized hemp. The FDA has just approved it. We want to help you get started with your own facility, getting your hemp license. We have wonderful farmers who have called us and talked about getting some land. At least if you want to start growing cannabis for health purposes, you can do so under leased property from an already up and going agricultural farm. So that was one of the stipulations on getting that House bill, is you had to be growing something on that land already. You can't just go out and start growing hemp. You already have to have had something growing on the land. All right, and we want to just shout out Lala for her wonderful boss lady birthday party, and we're going to show some pictures as we get ready to end the show of all of the events and all of the grads. So if you could go through and scroll through those photos, we will. Okay. All right. Well, Miss Lala is having her wonderful Luau Boss Lady birthday party. So we want to shout her out for, as well as a birthday cannabis connoisseur. She also does wonderful infused foods, and she will have all of that available for her birthday coming up here on next Saturday. So RSVP if you need more information on that luau. You can get in touch with her or me, and I can give you details and information on that wonderful events. We also have some Juneteenth events coming up. We have the Cannabis March and a day of protest here in Atlanta. So we have
another
those
protest.
Yes, so
I'm gonna protest it out myself.
Yeah, this is day 10. More protests. I mean, until change actually comes, we have protests that needs to take place.
I'm just saying, if everybody protesting, what they gonna do when it's time to come back to work?
Yeah, well, hey.
My show producer said it's time to go.
Uh-oh.
Till we have raided the airwaves. We have raided the airwaves for an hour.
We have. We want to thank you all for joining us. Always, always.
It was fun,
pleasure.
man.
It's always fun to
Talk me
be
out.
talking to the masses on topics that we have here on the Holistic Cannabis Show. And I'm your hostess, Dr. Yolanda Henderson, and joined by my wonderful co-host. He's over there coughing, Mr. Henderson. So we thank you for watching. Stay tuned for next week, same time. I'm going to get him some holistic stuff so he can stop that cough. And till further ado, we will hopefully, if God's willing, see you